Ethan Carter grew up in a small town in Ohio, where life was simple but never easy. His dad worked long shifts at a factory, and his mom cleaned offices at night. From them, he learned a quiet truth. Success isn't given, it's earned. Money was tight, so Ethan went to a community college and worked a night job stocking shelves. While his friends posted pictures of campus life, Ethan's days were a blur of lectures, bus rides, and fluorescent-lit aisles. He'd study during breaks, balancing textbooks on boxes of canned food. It was exhausting, but he just kept going. 2 years later, he transferred to a state university for mechanical engineering. The classes got harder, and so did the money problems. He shared a tiny apartment and worked part-time repairing equipment in a campus workshop. His hands were always stained with grease, and his mind was always racing with deadlines. Around him, other students seemed to have it all figured out, with internships lined up through family connections. Ethan applied everywhere he could. Weeks turned into months. The rejection emails piled up. One cold December night, after getting another rejection, Ethan sat alone on his apartment floor. Snow tapped against the window. His laptop screen glowed with the words, "We regret to inform you." His shoulders sagged. "Maybe I'm just not good enough," he whispered. The thought was terrifying because, for a moment, it felt true. Then, he pictured his parents. They never had any shortcuts, but they endured, year after year, believing their effort mattered. Ethan closed his laptop and pulled out his worn engineering notebook. If companies wouldn't give him experience, he decided he would create it himself. That decision changed everything. He started designing small mechanical solutions for everyday problems: an adjustable tool grip, a low-cost motor housing, a compact lifting aid. He built prototypes from scrap materials and documented every step online. Most posts got little attention, some got none at all. But with every design, Ethan got better. His skills sharpened, and his confidence quietly grew. A professor noticed his work and invited him to assist in a research lab. The pay was tiny, but the learning was priceless. He accepted immediately, adding lab hours to his already packed schedule. He slept less, worked more, learned constantly. His friends warned him he was pushing too hard. Ethan just smiled. "I'm getting closer," he'd say, though he wasn't sure to what. Nearly a year after starting his personal projects, a message arrived. He was in the lab, testing a motor, when his phone buzzed. He ignored it. It buzzed again. Wiping the grease from his hands, he glanced at the screen. The subject line read, "Engineering position offer." His breath caught. He opened the email slowly, almost afraid it would disappear. A manufacturing company he'd applied to months earlier had found his online portfolio. They said his self-initiated projects showed exceptional persistence, creativity, and practical engineering insight. They wanted to offer him a full-time job after graduation. Ethan stared at the words until they blurred. For years, his effort had felt invisible, like pushing against a locked door. Now suddenly, it had opened. He sank onto a stool, hands trembling. It wasn't just joy he felt. It was validation. Every late night, every rejection, every quiet act of persistence had mattered. He called home. His mother answered, "Ethan? Is everything okay?" He swallowed hard. "I got the job." There was silence, then tears of happiness. His father's voice came on, thick with pride. "I knew it would happen. Hard work always finds its moment." That evening, Ethan walked through streets he'd crossed countless times. But the cracked sidewalks and flickering lights looked different. They weren't symbols of struggle anymore. They were milestones on his journey. Months later, on his first day at the company, Ethan stood on the factory floor, not as a worker, but as an engineer. He ran his hand across the cold steel and smiled. The distance between where he started and where he stood wasn't measured in miles, but in persistence. Now, when younger interns ask how he made it, Ethan tells them the truth. There will be long stretches when no one notices your effort. You'll think nothing is changing. Keep going anyway. Because one day, the world will finally see what you've been building all along. If this story resonated with you, hit that subscribe button for more inspiration.